Now here we are going to start with the Ohm's law. So what does Ohm's law tells us? That current depends upon the potential difference. Current is actually directly proportional to the potential difference. Means as potential difference increases, current also increases. As potential difference decreases, current also decreases. So what is Ohm's law? At constant temperature, current flowing through the conductor is directly proportional to the potential difference across its ends. So I is current, V is potential difference. So I is directly proportional to V, or we can say V is directly proportional to I because current depends on potential difference. Potential difference की वजह से current produce होता है. So V is directly proportional to I. As we want to remove the proportionality sign, we have to introduce constant. So V is equal to IR, where R is constant, and this constant is called as the resistance. So what is Ohm's law? That is nothing but V is equal to IR, where V is potential difference, I is current, and R is the resistance. So as we have formula V is equal to IR, we can rearrange it and we can get the formula of the current. I is equal to V upon R, and we can get the formula of resistance. R is equal to V upon I. We have to study the resistance. So as V is equal to, I is equal to V upon R, means current depends on two factors here. One is potential difference and second one is resistance. So if we observe I is equal to VR, means current is directly proportional to the potential difference because V is at the numerator, R is at the denominator. Current is directly proportional to the potential difference and current is inversely proportional to the resistance. Now we have to study what is this resistance actually means. Now see, we have to study resistance. Resistance is denoted by R and unit of resistance is ohm. That sign is called as the omega. Sign that is given, that is the omega. But we say the unit of resistance is ohm. Now suppose this is one metallic conductor and this is metallic conductor is connected to the two terminals of battery. This is positive end, this is negative end, and we know electrons themselves, they are negatively charged, so they move towards the positive end, but the direction of the current is opposite to the direction of electron, so current flows from positive terminal to the negative terminal. Now when these electrons are moving through this conductor, this is conductor, when these electrons are moving in a conductor from one end to another end, these electrons, these are free electrons, these are moving. When they are connected to the source of potential difference, these electrons start to move. But there are some other electrons which are present. This conductor also has some other electrons. So these moving electrons collide with that other electrons. When these electrons are moving, when this conductor is connected to the battery, these electrons are moving, but while moving they collide with the other electron which are present in the conductor. So due to this collision, there is some opposition to the flow of electrons. As these electrons are colliding with other electrons, there is some opposition to flow of these electrons. So this opposition to the flow of electrons is nothing but what? Resistance. So what is definition of the resistance? The property of conductor due to which it opposes the flow of electron. हर कंडक्टर की एक प्रॉपर्टी होती है जिसकी वजह से वो करंट को या इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को फ्लो होने के लिए अपोज करता है. That is nothing but the resistance. Till now what do we say as a conductor and insulator? Substance through which electricity can flow are called as the conductor, and substance through which electricity cannot flow are called as the insulator. Okay, but now what is the actual conductors and insulators are? We have to define the conductors and insulator on the basis of the resistance. The substances which have less resistance, very less resistance, they are called as the conductor. जिनका रेजिस्टेंस कम होता है उनको ही हम बोलते हैं कंडक्टर. जिनका रेजिस्टेंस कम है मतलब अपोजिशन टू द फ्लो ऑफ इलेक्ट्रॉन भी कम है. So the substances which have less opposition to the flow of current means these substances have the less resistance, so these substances are called as the conductors. And substances which opposes more to the flow of electron means those who have more resistance, they are called as the insulator. Insulators have infinitely high resistance, so they opposes the flow of current through it. So they are called as the insulators. Okay, so conductor and insulator now we have to define on the basis of resistance. Conductors have very less resistance and insulators have very high resistance. Okay, resistance means opposition to the flow of electron. So we know formula of resistance according to the Ohm's law, R is equal to V upon I, and we measure the R means resistance. We measure the resistance in ohm, voltage in volt, and current in ampere. So if I want 1 ohm resistance, then how much potential difference should be there? 1 volt, and current should be 1 ampere current. So we can define 1 ohm resistance. If you know the formula and if you know the units, we can define 1 ohm resistance. Now here we are going to define 1 ohm resistance. The resistance of a conductor is said to be 1 ohm when potential difference applied is 1 volt, and due to 1 volt potential difference, how much current is produced? 1 ampere current. We should write it properly. Okay, अपने को समझ में आना चाहिए. So what is 1 ohm resistance? The resistance of conductor is said to be 1 ohm when we apply the potential difference of 1 volt, and due to that potential difference, how much current is produced? 1 ampere current. Then resistance is said to be 1 ohm resistance. Now resistance of the conductor. What is resistance? Resistance is nothing but opposition to the flow of electrons. So resistance of conductor depends on 4 factors. Okay, first one is length. Second one is area of cross section, means in simple words we can say thickness. Length, area of cross section, material, of which material is conductor made, whether it is made from silver or copper or aluminum, and temperature, at what temperature current is flowing through it. So resistance of conductor depends upon 4 factors: length, area of cross section, material, and temperature. Now here we have to study graphical representation of the Ohm's law. So in Ohm's law we know what current depends upon the potential difference. So here we have two quantities, current and second potential difference. Current depends on potential difference. So if we want to plot the graph, here we have given some observation. So if the potential difference is 0.85, current is 0.05, potential difference 1.70, current is 0.10, and so on. So if we actually draw the graph on the graph paper, what do we observe? Here we have x-axis, y-axis. So on x-axis we have taken voltage. Current depends on voltage. So here voltage is independent quantity and current depends on voltage. So current is dependent quantity. So we take the voltage on the x-axis as it is independent and current on the y-axis. And if we plot these 4 points, what do we observe? We will get the straight line. So what is the nature of the graph for the Ohm's law? That is the straight line graph passing through origin. अगर हमारा पहला रीडिंग ये 0.05 और 0.85, इसलिए फर्स्ट पॉइंट यहाँ पे प्लॉट हो गया है. Now if we extend it towards the origin, what will happen? This straight line will pass through the origin. So what is the nature of the graph of the Ohm's law? That is the straight line graph passing through the origin. Numerical based on the Ohm's law. See, potential difference between 2 points of wire carrying 2 ampere current is 0.1 volts. Calculate the resistance between 2 points. So we have to read the numerical question properly. Potential difference between 2 points of wire carrying 2 amperes current. Whatever the units are given, according to that also you have to find out which quantity is given. So current I is given 2 ampere. Voltage means potential difference V is given 0.1 volt. Resistance R we have to calculate. So here we have Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So as we want to calculate R is equal to V upon I. Value of V is 0.1, current is 2. So as we have one decimal, we will give 0 to the denominator, 1 upon 20. So resistance R is equal to 0.05 ohm, or you can write in the symbol also. Now see, most important numerical. An electric iron draws a current of 3.4 ampere from 220 voltage supply line. मतलब एक इलेक्ट्रिक आयन है, उसको हमने 220 वोल्टेज पे लगाया है, कनेक्ट किया है, तो वो कितना करंट ड्रॉ करती है इलेक्ट्रिक आयन? 3.4 एम्पियर. Now if we change the voltage supply, जो 220 voltage supply, if we change it and we connected the same electric iron to the 110 voltage supply line, how much current will it draw? मतलब जो इलेक्ट्रिक आयन 220 वोल्टेज सप्लाई को लगाएंगे तो करंट इट ड्रॉस 3.4. Now if it is connected to 110 voltage supply, how much current will it draw? Now see, electric ion तो वही है, दोनों केस में we are using the same electric ion, and we are not even also changing the temperature and anything. So means resistance is constant. In both cases resistance is constant. So ये ऐसे नहीं है कि 220 का हाफ 110 है तो 3.4 का हाफ 1.7 करेंगे. We have to solve it properly. So resistance remains constant. So first we will calculate the resistance. So in case 1, voltage is given 220 volt, current I is given 3.5 ampere, and resistance we have to calculate. So we know according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So R is equal to V upon I. So what is the voltage? 220 upon 3.4. 2 से डिवाइड करेंगे 110 अपॉन 1.7. इसको डिवीजन करना पड़ेगा. नीचे का एक डेसिमल हटाएंगे, ऊपर बनेगा 1100 अपॉन 17. इफ यू डिवाइड यू विल गेट R is equal to 64.7. That is the resistance of that electric ion. Now if that same electric ion is connected to 110 voltage supply line, resistance remains same. Now we have to calculate the current. So in case 2 we are changing the voltage. So V is equal to 110 and R is now we have calculated 64.7. ये हमने कैलकुलेट किया है, लेकिन ये आंसर आया किधर से? 64.7 हमने 220 अपॉन 3.4 को डिवाइड करके आंसर लिया है. तो आगे जाकर अपने को ये सब्सटीट्यूट करना है. So instead of putting this answer, we will put this 220 upon 3.4. So I is equal to V upon R. So I की वैल्यू है 110, R की वैल्यू है 64.7. But for the better and easy calculation, instead of 64.7, we will put the value of R 220 upon 3.4. So I is equal to 110, that is the voltage. Resistance is 220 upon 3.4. So I is equal to 110 into reciprocal of the denominator 3.4 upon 220. So 102s are 220. So 3.4 upon 2. So the current will be, the electric ion will draw the current when it is connected to the 110 voltage supply. That is nothing but what? 1.7. 3.4 upon 2, that is the 1.7 ampere. Now we divide the substances according to their resistances into conductors, resistors, insulator. How much resistance they have, according to that we divide the substances into 3 groups: conductors, resistors and insulators. So conductors are the substances which have very less resistance. So silver, copper, aluminium are the substances, they are good conductors. Silver is the best conductor, okay, but silver is expensive, so we make the wires of copper and aluminium for the conduction of electricity. Substances which have very low electrical resistance are called as the conductors, okay, silver, copper, aluminium. Now resistors are the substances which have comparatively high resistance. As compared to the conductors, they have more resistance. So substances which have comparatively high resistance are called as the resistors. Now these resistors are actually alloy. Many metals and non-metals mixed together to form alloy. So resistance means nothing but alloy. So here we have given 3 examples of alloy and their constituents are also given. So 3 alloys or we can say resistors: nichrome, manganese and constantan. Nichrome is the alloy of which 4 metals? That is the Ni for nickel, Cr for chromium, Mn manganese, it's not magnesium, nickel, chromium, manganese, ferrous, okay, that is the alloy of these 4 metals together, it is called as the nichrome. Then manganese, that is CuMnNi, copper, manganese, nickel, and constantan, copper and nickel. So these substances mix together to form alloy. Alloy are nothing but resistors. Resistors are the substances which have comparatively high resistance as compared to the conductors. Means conductors have less resistance, more than conductor, resistors have more resistance. And last, insulator, substances which have infinitely high electrical resistance. That example is rubber, wood. So insulator does not allow electricity to flow through them because they have high resistance. So conductors very less resistance, resistors medium, and insulator infinitely high resistance.